Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Levers by developer Vector Park, who you might recognize immediately from this art style. This is the same developer that created Windowsill, one of my very favorite surreal bizarre puzzle experiences from back in the day on the channel. I did cover that one a while back, and this is going to be a similar sort of affair, only, you know, obviously totally different framing, but still very, very cool artistic presentation, and that's one of the things that I absolutely love about this developer. Unique, imaginative creations, all very whimsical and bizarre and thought-provoking and things like that. So our premise today is we've got this little hook creation going on in the ceiling. It's sort of like a scale or a balance. And in the ocean, we'll drop several different types of objects, which we can then enable and grab, and then drop onto our scale. And you'll see it's going to weigh it, and then if it's happy about the situation, it's going to drop something else. And in this case, it's actually another balance beam that we can then hang from the scale. So today's experience is very much going to be me just playing a little bit of this to show you how cool it is, and then encouraging you to go ahead and check this out yourself, because that is very much really all you can get from something like this. It's very much just like a personal journey experience. It's just kind of fun and silly. And this one in particular, it's not even so much about the puzzles, but it does get surprisingly creative and a little bit odd later on as we get into some of the more bizarre objects that'll show up. So this one is the first one that sort of has a caveat to it, and all of a sudden you'll realize, well, I guess since we've got this cannonball here, this bowling ball rather, not a cannonball, we can drop this over here, and that's obviously heavier, so it'll sort of weigh itself out. And it's kind of cool how, by virtue of dropping these items in one at a time, it actually creates sort of a linear puzzle sequence, because obviously I had the bowling ball set up on the first side, because it's the only object I even had at first, and then later on I put the balance beam on the other side, is obviously why would I move it, and then we end up with this heavier object that ends up giving us, you know, something to think about here. But right now, we don't have to worry too much because, well, things are just sort of going to work themselves out on the early stages of this event. I have actually played about 20 minutes of this, just kind of experimenting around, trying to see what kind of bizarre things I could have happen, and I also wasn't trying to, like, finish it or anything, which, I don't know, may or may not have been ideal. So let's swap these again. I guess the birdhouse is surprisingly heavy. You know what I should do? I should try and make this symmetrical instead of making this a bizarre conglomeration of asymmetrical heavy objects. So now, you'll see that, well, first of all, some adorable birds are going to fly out of this birdhouse, and they should land somewhere on the balance beams, and they're going to cause things to tip and move a little bit, which is okay, because what we can do is we can actually drain out a little bit of the liquid from this pitcher thing here, and that should let us sort of get back to a little bit more of a balanced state. And then we'll introduce some more items in the form of, well, another balance beam. So let's take the bowling ball off of here. And then we'll put it back on. See if that should hopefully weigh us out. Looks like it, yep. Now I've got another wild card item here, the snowman. Okay, so this is a little too heavy. Let's dip this back in the water and refill it, and maybe that'll balance out again. So the snowman's deal is, as you can probably imagine, it kind of melts over time. So the longer I sit here, the less weight it's eventually going to have in it. Alright, so I guess this is not an ideal structuring of these things. Looks like the birds are really quite the tipping point, aren't they? And they're just so freaking cute. The little ball bird. Okay, let's move the birdhouse. Sorry guys, you don't have a house for a second. You'll get it back. Move that over there. Move this over here. And then this over here. Let's see if that helps. No, that did not help at all. So we want to get all the lighter items on the same side, obviously. I don't know what's the heaviest. I guess the snowman and the water pitcher thing are the heaviest. And then we can let some water out of this and hopefully give it enough. There we go. That'll kind of balance out. It's great to be able to have this granular control. And what an amazing freaking achievement to be able to create something like this out of, like, vector art. It's so cool looking, and everything has such a stylized sense to it. Let's put this up here, and this up here. I feel like I've done this before in actual life, like, trying to balance clothes on hangers or something, hanging hangers off of other hangers. It just seems like such a bizarre idea to come up with, but it's actually really fun. And I have no idea how you got the snowman to stay on with that hook through the hat like that, but, you know, well done. Alright, when the birds land in just the right place, we might actually be able to balance. There we go. Ah, look at this. We got this weird squid monster, which makes an adorable sound when I poke it. Let's put this here. Okay, maybe adorable is not the right word, but, you know, a little rat-tat-tat or something. How do I want to structure this now? So we've got a lot of weight going in on one side. I guess I might have to move the snowman for the moment, and we'll put this hook up here. And then we'll put the snowman over here. And then we'll drain... Wait. Oh, I don't need to drain water. I need to get more water. Looks like the fish submarine is maybe a little too heavy. Oh, if we could just get the birds to land in the right place, actually, that might help us out a lot. You can actually wipe your mouse over them, and they'll actually go to different places on the scale. So sometimes I guess you can kind of influence things that way. But, you know, it's a bit of a wild card. You don't know where they're going to end up. Okay. Right there. Don't move. Don't move! Oh, okay, if you go back in the house, that's fine. Alright, we get another balance beam out of things. We'll put that... I don't know, everything seems pretty symmetrical right now. I guess we'll just put it here. I don't think they really add very much weight to the whole thing. Yeah, like that. No, 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 just like that. Just stay where you were. Oh, this is all wrong. Come on, birds. Help me out here. Watch the weird octopus monster doesn't eat you. It's the last thing we need. Bird blood on our hands. Come on now. There. Oh, okay, we got it. Alright, so like a massive rock just dropped in. And it looked like it was a different color when it fell, but I don't know what to quite do about this though. Because if I put this here, well, we're super ultra sunk, obviously. What about... Let's swap this guy out. I feel like he probably prefers to be in the water anyway. Wait, I just grabbed the wrong item. I want this, and I want... Wait, how do I... Do they separate if I drop them in? They don't separate, do they? That's interesting. Alright, well that's one way to do it, I guess. I kind of just wanted this sucker, though. Then we'll take the pole off of here. When you get to the tiny ones, it actually gets almost a little bit difficult to grab the hooks on the ends of them. And then we'll just drop in this guy and this guy. And maybe let off a little bit of this. A little bit of that. Excuse me? What's the problem? You don't like the water now? Why are you so upset? Come on, man. You don't need to be so... It's just the water. You like the water. You look like you would swim really well in there. Maybe it hates birds. Maybe the bird is too close to it and it's freaking it out. So actually, he's become quite a problem. Maybe the bird needs to go away. No? Alright, that is what it is. It hates birds. I didn't realize that on the last one. Okay, Snowman's starting to melt, which is a bit of a problem for me, only because I'm not sure what to do when Snowman melts completely. How do you get it back? And I do kind of need the items that go on further on. But there can't be too many more, because obviously, well, there's so little room vertically. I'm not even sure I could really structure much more than this. What if I move this here, and move the birdhouse here, the snowman here? That's actually not that much worse, but it's not really much better either. How heavy is the water jug comparatively? What if we switch this, put this here? Okay, the bowling ball is apparently not very heavy. Okay, let's drain some water out. Putting it at the bottom is like a super bad idea, obviously. Oh, we might have it. No, bird, no! Bird! You've ruined everything! Let me... Oh my god, Snowman's melting so fast! Look at him go! Snowman, you're gonna be missed, man. Oh, we still got the massive god head. Alright, so like a deity's head just fell in. So now the snowman is reduced to simply a hat. Probably the lightest object here, which just becomes kind of dead weight. And something kind of weird has dawned on me. I don't have any more places to hang new items. So I don't know if that means, like, Snowman's just gotta go, or what? Oh, what? The rock just changed color. Does it get hot and cold? I think it might heat up if it stays in the sun long enough, and then you drain it into the water and it freaking sizzles off. Alright, so God's head, or whatever this is, seems to be very influenced by the wind moving, and that seems to cause everything to jostle a bit, not to mention the freaking birds that won't let up. Let's move him maybe up a bit higher. And then put this here. That actually seems to have no bearing at all. Okay, so let's refill the water. And still doesn't really help very much. Okay, let's swap the weird squid octopus man with the rock. Put this back here. That's gotta be close. Yes? No? Maybe? See, it just flashed the snowman. Did you see that on the top? It showed me a picture of snowman. Like, it misses him just as much as I do. What does it mean when the rock gets cold? There's so many questions! Levers is a fantastic and bizarre experience. I definitely recommend you go check it out. I think I could spend a while trying to rebalance this whole scenario, but I need to know what happened to Snowman. He's just a shell of his former self now, and it's bumming me out. Wait, it just showed the happy circle. I guess the birds all found a state of equilibrium for a moment. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. That's Levers. Go play it right now. You can play it right in your browser. There's also apparently a version for iPhone and iPad, as is Windowsill. And if you haven't played Windowsill, absolutely go check out this developer's portfolio. There are some fantastic little creations here for you to see. All of them have this sense of charm and whimsy to them, and I think you'll have a really fun time. The puzzles in Windowsill are a little bit more esoteric, but also maybe even a little bit more outside of the box than this. Not that this isn't pretty outside of the box, but it's essentially how do you balance all these items. In Windowsill, every level has kind of a different framework to it, so definitely go look at that. See if you can find the video, too, if you want to check that out. It's definitely worth looking at, because you can get a quick overview without spoiling too much of the game, and I definitely wouldn't want to spoil much more of this, if there even is much more. So anyway, that's going to do it for another day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, links will be in the description. Again, play this free in your browser if you'd like, and see if you can get to the end. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this bizarre, surreal experience. And, of course, be sure to come back again tomorrow, because new episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day. So I look forward to bringing you another one then. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you all soon.